Hello YouTube, it is September 10th, 2019, and I want to break down this video that was first I saw on African Diaspora News Channel, so shout out to Field Advice Show. Um, this is about a man by the name of Tyrone. You better call Tyrone. Honey, Erica, come get your man, honey. Your man out here cutting up. But Tyrone done went and done checked the hell out of darn on the nail salon, honey. I'm surprised they ain't go Jackie Chan on his ass, honey. They ain't want to try it with a darn on strong black brother, honey. But he went up in there, told the ladies to get on out. And I saw a recent video after what happened. They still was back there. I was like, ugh. But I'm gonna go on here and show y'all a little sample of what happened. I come back with my little commentary.
Y'all stay here, continue to support these people that continue to disrespect y'all. And when black men stand up for y'all by these clowns disrespecting us, we don't get the support we need from y'all. Y'all get away from that. Y'all
come on out. Y'all need to come on out. You've been warned. We're going to shut it down.
Thank you.
All right. No problem.
Move. I told you to move.
That's not right. And somebody should call the police.
You get 911.
Yeah, I told her, come out. Come out.
Back it up. The brother said he wasn't playing. He's not playing. He said he wasn't playing. He is not playing. That's okay. He know. He know. You got another one.
Yeah.
Take it in.
I got mine. Stop playing. Y'all play too much. We talk too much. Quit playing.
Fortunately, it was some sisters that arrived, so they didn't rub them up on anything. Sisters kindly just
Don't move. Just put it in your pocket.
I'm not hiding. I'm not gonna keep doing it. Yeah. Come on up out of there.
Stood up.
And he came out and he did what he needed to do.
He did what was in his heart to do.
Yes.
He's out. He's done it.
See, now why can't the white officers like
Appreciate you, Tyrone.
Come up out of there. Y'all come up out of there.
Yeah.
Where are you sisters taking them? Which station is this?
Come on up out of there.
It's me, ma'am. Thank you. What station are you taking them to? This is 6th District?
Yeah, 78.
Thank you.
Okay. Y'all see that, right? So to give my professional opinion on this, for y'all that don't know, I am a licensed medical esthetician. I do skincare corrective services for a living. I also specialize in correcting discoloration in melanated skin tones, whether you be black, Asian, Native American, or a darker skin Hispanic. I specialize in correcting discoloration within the skin. I also can do nail services. I just don't do it. But hell, after seeing this, honey, it is desperate. It's desperate. We are desperately in need of some black darn beauticians to get into the darn nail arena. Cause this don't make no sense. You got the darn brother having to go on his darn Wakanda, throwing bricks and stuff through the darn wall. And like I said, I hope that darn glass didn't cost $1,000. Cause now here's where I got the darn chastised. Tyrone, I admired your darn devotion to the black community, and you want to get them together. But here's the problem: you done got yourself a felony behind some darn black bitches that don't give two fucks about you. I'll be damned. Now I'm all for the activism and shit. I'm all for going down to City Hall. I stay in my. I just told y'all we dealing with the elections, and right now, the election results are coming in about our 9th district in North Carolina that was rigged last year. So I stay up to date on my politics and all that. But when it comes to like vigilante justice and shit, if you're gonna do that, at least be darn more convert ready. Because knowing now going into my black mode, now getting out of aesthetics mode, I get back into esthetician mode in a moment. But just knowing as a black person that the 13th Amendment switched over privatized slavery to government slavery in the form of the prison system. I'm stating nothing but facts. If anybody can feel free to Google, Bing, Yahoo, search, whatever search engine you want to do, the fact check. Now, knowing that under the 13th Amendment, black people specifically can still be considered slaves under the guise of the prison industry complex. And it is no coincidence that on the FBI website, the official government website for the Federal Bureau of Investigations, that white nationalist groups have infiltrated law enforcement, such as magistrate seats, sheriffs, police officers, etc. So knowing you have that, knowing that they disproportionately arrest you and sentence you longer for crimes compared to your white counterparts, because we just seen a black woman, they showed a side by side that Kamala Harris in her district was sentenced to 5 years for putting her child in the wrong school district, a K through 12 student, to get a better life, right? But meanwhile, with this latest scandal with the celebrities from Fuller House and all of them, they children, what's her name? Felicia, I think it's Sex in the City she was on. Is it Felicia Huffman or something? Correct me if I'm wrong, but she just got sentenced to a year and then mandatory probation. But the other girl, the black one, who didn't bribe nobody, didn't forge no documents, well, she just omitted that she was in another zip code. Y'all sentenced her to 5 years. But the white woman who actually forged documents and darn gone was paying off people, y'all only give her a year. So knowing that the darn system is rigged against us, knowing that they make multiple money off of us from the darn cheap slave labor that they get to utilize us for in prison, then the fact that the prison is on the New York City Stock Exchange, you got all of this. You just gonna make it easier for them behind some black folks that didn't want to give two fucks about you. Now, I'm not saying that you still couldn't have darn play the fuck it up challenge on the darn salon, but honey, you couldn't have waited till the salon was closed. Now, like I said, you could have done the same thing, made your point without getting a damn charge. You could have darn through a brick with a darn type note. Honey, don't handwrite that shit because they'll trace that nothing. Honey, they be on their expected gadget on handwriting. But you could have did a type note and or some spray paint or something. And made sure that your face was not in any view of the darn camera because you in a darn a shopping complex. Make sure when you roll up in your car, you rolled up either with some special, I forgot the technology where you can put on the back of your license plate, and if the cameras or something try to flash onto your license plates, it actually blank. Okay, I might be giving about a little bit too much information. Let me. But anyways, go with the different tags, or temporarily take your tags and shit off upon going in a car. And then you fuck up the darn place and get going. Then once you get down the street, you take them darn license plates off and put the good ones back on. That way, when they go try to trace the car, honey, they can't darn trace the car properly. That's how you do that shit right there. Go get some rinky-dink darn license plates tag that's still hung up on a Savage car in the junkyard. That's how you do that right there. But not this in the broad daylight. Not this darn want to be seen for the darn Facebook. I understand trying to wake people up and trying to get them more in activist mode, but honey, this ain't gonna do it because, like I said, we seen an updated video where they had the the windows boarded up and everything, and they still was in the motherfucking salon. In the nail shop. They were still in the nail shop. I hate that these walls are thin, y'all. I can hear all this music outside of me. I know y'all can't, but that just distracted me for a moment. But getting back to the thing, like I said, as an esthetician, a black esthetician, I understand that there's not many of us that are skilled in nail, especially cosmetologists. But this is a key example. We need to start offering these services, because the fact that is, sadly, on the other end, it could be argued that there's no other viable nail salons in the area that are not Asian owned. I know y'all can say, well, it's hard to get business loans and stuff for that, but I'm about to get into debunking that why in a moment. But this is key right here why we as black beauticians should gonna start offering services. We should gonna be as quick to fund our own sales in the wake of banks, because in addition to, you know, white nationalist groups owning banks, you know, we have Wells Fargo with their long-standing history of black oppression, funnelizing white businesses, but they don't want to be quick to donate to black folks. And you know, knowing the history of Wells Fargo, we know why. And several of the banks, they not too far behind. But my thing is this. Now, he ended up having bail raised for him. Now, this was originally set for $20,000. It reached $25,000. Now, he increased it to $31,980, and now it has exceeded and reached $32,425. So right now is this moment, and just 6 minutes ago, somebody donated $20 more, and another one $20 more. An hour ago, $10. So he's literally getting money as we doing this video right now. So he's currently, let me see, $445 above his goal. I bet you if we darn gonna update this right now, it'll probably jump up. Nope, it's still the same for the moment. But needless to say, honey, do you not know what I could have done with $30,000? See, now y'all did this right here. And like I said, honey, that looks like it could be $1,000 a glass, which means you know automatically got a felony. Mission accomplished. No, it ain't no mission accomplished. Operation Shutdown. Thank everyone for the support. What do you mean? Thank you for the support. Wait a minute. Did they finally close it up? Because last time I checked, they were still going into the beach. Yeah, they still got the open sign and everything. They just open the darn thing up and they can just go right on in. You ain't stopped nothing. You only held them up for maybe that day they had to clean up the glass and shit. But honey, they got right back in business. And then the same black folks were right up in the damn stuff. And but here's the flip side to that. Once again, from the black perspective, I would have did it more covertly. From the esthetician perspective, you supposed to create some competition. Because it's so easy to say, oh, you could have did your own nails at home, honey. Don't nobody want no motherfucking doggone clip-on Sally Hansen nails. When you got real nails like this, you can't put no clip-ons on nails like this. You just can't overlay your own shit. It's a reason why you go to beauty school and have to complete 600 hours on average to become a nail technician. Because it's a skill. It also, because with nail technicians, people overlook the fact that it's not just as simple as applying nails. You also have to diagnose certain disorders with the nails. Like we can look at somebody's nails and tell if you have a calcium deficiency or if you are suffering from some sort of autoimmune disease. If you have a jaundice or something coming up into your system, we can do that all through the nails. Your nails tell the history just like your hair. Just like a trichologist can run a analysis test in your hair and detect medical disorders within your hair to see if your hair loss is due to a hereditary trait. Honey, guess what? Your nail technician can do the same thing. Your nail technician can see, just based off of the tone of color in your skin, can tell vitamin nutritionals. Just the shape of your nail, even the application, if you apply it wrong, can cause damage to the actual nail bed. It is actually a science. You got to be precise with the measurement of the nails, not applying it too large. You got to know about different disorders. Also, you got to know about certain anatomies. Since you're working with the hands, you got to know about the medical terminology of the hands, your phalanges, your carpal tunnels. Like you got to know medical knowledge in to be a nail technician as well. People just think it's as simple as applying nails, and they don't understand that we have to know all of that. And when you become an esthetician, you got to know the whole body for the most part. Not to the extent of a massage therapist, but especially with the face, like we got to know code words such as the manual bone, the rhino, the occipital. We got to know about cilia, supercilia, the technical names for the hairs on the eyebrows and the lashes. That is considered your cilia hairs and your supercilia hairs. Your barber, which is your hair up in here for the males, and some women who suffer from hypertrusium. You got to know what hypertrusium is, not to be confused with hyperhidrosis, which is the excessive sweat underneath the arms. You know, we got to know a lot of medical terminology. And that is not nothing that you're going to get from getting a $6 darn pack of darn nails at your local Walmart and applying them on. So don't disrespect nail technicians by thinking that you can just do your nails on your own. The women got to go somewhere, especially if they're in a job in corporate America where they got to keep their appearance up to a certain extent. And if we as black beauticians are not funded where we can provide that need so our sisters don't have to go to these places, then it's like a damn if you do that. It's a bittersweet situation because it's like it's easy to say, especially as a black man. I notice a lot of black men were calling them out, and it's like, well, it's easy for you to say where they shouldn't have been up in there. But once again, where are you providing the grants or the jobs or the stores so the women don't have to go to this particular place? Because once again, if your woman is working somewhere at the county clerk, she cannot go in there with no press-on nails like that. Her nails got to be professionally shaved down. They got to be French tip. You can't really have no flamboyant colors like that. So how you gonna do that? You ain't about to do that with no cheap darn Sally Hansen kid do a precision darn French tip on some natural long nails. Or if you have to round them out and have them cut short for other corporate jobs, you don't necessarily know how to do that. So once again, don't darn sleep on nail technicians. Just because they only are in school 3 months, honey, those 3 months, they learn a lot. Just like we learn as beauticians for 9 months in beauty school, honey, the darn nail techs have to learn a lot as well because they focusing solely on nail care for 3 months. But as cosmetologists, you supposed to be the jack of all 3 trades, hair, skin, and nails. So there is not a lack of darn black cosmetologists. I'm trying to figure out why are we not becoming more thorough and becoming well-rounded. You even got barbers out here doing aesthetic services, but I notice cosmetologists they just sticking to the hair and they ain't doing the nails. But nails is where it's at. The nails, honey, you got darn black folks still going up in there. But here's where the black men should come in here. Now, I'm glad that he was able to get his bail money and stuff. But honey, do you not know what a beautician like me could have done with a third of this money? Like, give me $10,000. Honey, I gonna shake things up. Now, granted that I'm in an area where we not necessarily dominated by the 8, but still, nonetheless, it's like, honey, if I was in this town, honey, give me $10,000. I shake the darn motherfucking table like K. Michelle, currently named Kimberly. Shaking the table. Honey, I would have shaken the darn foundation without having to disrupt they darn store at all. Honey, you keep your glass. I don't need no motherfucking felonies. Cause your darn people about to walk on out. Walk on out. Honey, I have them darn doing DR Warwick and walking on by your motherfucking spa to come to mine. That's how you do that right there. That's how you do that right there. Honey, not darn fucking the shit up. Throwing darn bricks through the windows in broad daylight, becoming darn social media famous for maybe 3 days because you ain't gonna be known but for about a couple more days, and then we'll jump on to the next darn foolishness. And then as far as your immediate area, it didn't do nothing for those black women because they going right back to the store. And like I said, goddamn, just very bittersweet. Because I know some of them don't have necessarily a choice. It ain't no other stores around, especially black owned. But it's like, goddamn, the man did put his darn neck out there. You could at least held off on the nails for at least a good week now. It's like, damn, I know I'm going to have to eventually go back to this bitch. It's a monopoly in the area. But it's like, damn, at least we could darn gonna hold off for a week. Y'all didn't even do that. Now, I mean, if I was somewhere that if I was in that situation where I still needed my nails kept up for professional purposes, um, I would at least darn gone held out for at least a solid week to give, just to make them on notice. Like give them just enough days because it's like sometimes 7 days is the only time it takes. Just in those few days, if they darn gonna fear that they done lost their primary clientele, they would have darn gonna change their shit around. But the fact that the black women didn't even darn gonna give it a few days, it's fucked up altogether. So everybody's wrong in this situation. The black women should have darn gone least darn gone had a little bit more decorum to darn gone get their nails finished and say, bitch, I ain't coming back here no more. Matter of fact, I ain't even paying. Matter of fact, I hope none of those women up in that store paid for their nails. Like the fact that they darn gone life was put at risk when that brick went through that door, that was enough of an excuse for all of them to walk out once their nails got done and say, oh, I don't feel comfortable. He might come back up in here. And let them call the police and try to say you stripped them of the money and darn gonna show them this. Matter of fact, the fact that this put y'all in a more peril situation, you technically should not even been obligated to pay for your darn gone service that day. So y'all could have got y'all free nails that day and darn gone supported him by walking out and then say, I ain't coming back to this movie. And then you break down and come back next week and then they forgive you for that past debt of you not owing because once again I'm seeing that the black folks make up the majority of this clientele. So they could have pushed the issue where they could have caused them some money and then they could have held out just long enough for them to change their ways. But it shouldn't even come to that because that's just like with Jay-Z and the motherfucking Super Bowl, with the appeasement versus darn gone trying to create your own shit. And like I said, with beauticians such as me, honey, give me $10,000. Do you not know how motherfucking successful I would be just with $10,000 right now? Do you not know the services that I will be able to offer? I would be able to offer vacuum butt therapy services. I would be able to offer hydrofacial services in North Carolina. I would be able to get me a good old salon suite space and see more clientels around the clock. I can even darn on customize my time for other clients, such as like let's say you need a facial. Let me see. Let's say if you're a stripper and you needed that's a better example. Let's say you needed a Brazilian wax, even though we don't technically recommend, wearing bikinis or nothing exactly after wax, but desperate times call for desperate measures, honey. You needed a last minute darn gone bikini wax, and it's already past. Extra money talks, honey. I can go and open up that darn gone salon suite, honey. We're darn gone 15 minutes. You're on out. Stacking my paper, worth every dollar, worth every minute. And my Beyonce voice. Honey, I'm telling you, give me $10,000. I work about damn near around the clock. Hell, $10,000, I start doing some motherfucking nail services. As a licensed esthetician, honey, I darn gonna do some nail polishes. Shoot, I'm already doing foot detoxing services as it is already. Cause we darn gonna I do body pills, chemical pills, lightning treatment to correct discoloration, whether you have post-acne scarring, or any other form of melasma, if you were pregnant and you got, especially a lot of black women tend to be a little bit darker around the mouth. You always wondering why you about a couple shades darker around the mouth. Honey, we can correct all of that. If you got a little bit of darkening on your neck, now we'll make sure that's not from a thyroid issue. But provided that it's not from like a thyroid issue, we could correct that discoloration. There's so much that we can do in addition to the nail service and everything. And if you're a cosmetologist, honey, you could be doing the hair, the nails, and the skincare. Like I said, personally, give me $10,000 and see how much my wax services will go up. And then I'd be I can really do the educational videos from there. I can do the education videos on how to properly wax a male's face, how to wax a plus size client. I can do all those. I can do the demonstration videos. I can do, like I said, the color correcting services, the vacuum butt therapy to get you that Beyonce darn on booty that just sits up right and tight for the darn on down for the sun. Or y'all got it called hashtag hot girl summer, honey. Make sure that darn on booty is sitting up on high, honey. Give you that good old camel hump for the darn on summer. It might be fall, but that don't mean your booty got to be falling down. You can still be up for the doggone autumn time. Up for the autumn time, baby. It don't need to be falling for the fall. It needs to be still up and perky. Get rid of your cellulite. We do cellulite reduction treatments, LED therapy. Once again, the list of stuff that I am qualified to do goes on and on. It's just I am limited because of where I'm at and, the lack of darn on finances at the moment. But honey, give me $10,000. Honey, I darn gonna put a hurting on my local nail because I darn gonna recuperate the nail I incorporate a nail technician up in my place. Because the another benefit about having a salon suite, you can actually co-rent your salon suite with another person. So what I do is I have the darn on skincare service online. So the facials, the chemical peels, the hydrodermabrasions. Hell, I might even be able to darn take up a lash class. Now y'all know how much I hate lashes, but if it gets y'all from seeing the Asian folks and being subject to this shit, honey, I'll spend the $2,000 and darn get my certification in lashes. I go ahead and take the time and learn how to properly put in those darn lashes. I darn take a derma because in North Carolina, I think we are legally allowed to do dermablading. Yep. I take a dermablading class for $500. I take a teeth, and hell, I need my teeth bleached my damn self, so I'll be my own advertisement on that. I go ahead and pay the $1,000 and take. And once again, $10,000 would go a long way. I will secure my salon suite deposit. I get a nail technician to come in on the days that I'm off. They can do the nail services for the girls to make sure you have your darn on hands and feet darn on polished and clean or freshly trimmed up. And I have your face and coot cat and everything trimmed up. Face glowing, hair. Matter of fact, we might even put a cosmetologist in. We might just go ahead and splurge for the mega suite, honey. Have the cosmetologist come in one day, have the nail tech come in the second day, but I'm gonna have to at least have 4 days, y'all. So we're gonna have to alternate those times. So I come in later that nighttime because the thing is with the salon suite, the walls tend to be thin, so it's like it makes for a pain when it comes to like relaxing services and you got the next door neighbor bumping the music. Which is why I'm glad that they give you 24-hour service. So in the daytime, honey, the nail technician can be doing the nail services. And then along with the hair, because nails and hair go together. It's y'all both in the same environment, upbeat music and all that. So I can have the cosmetologist and the nail technician in my salon suite in the daytime, right? And then I can come in around nighttime and do my clientele. From the waxes, once again, the facials and everything else. For just $10,000. I can have my darn on equipment and everything for $10,000. But honey, give me $30,000, child. $30,000. You talking about I can be able to travel to some clients on that type of money. Honey, I travel to your house if y'all give me $30,000. I can darn put down for a car. Do some darn on personal home darn on services for an extra fee, of course, for $30,000. But here y'all is having to post $32,425, $32,425, all for this foolish hell, honey. Goddamn, send all of them to hell because this some fucked up shit. $30,000. I just showed you a whole business plan of how I could have darn flipped it, zipping and reversed it. Is share that one. Honey, I could have been Missy Elliott darn flipped it into darn 100K, baby. I could have told you how I could have got fellow black people in on my gig. It wouldn't just been for me $30,000. Honey, I could have got like I said, a nail technician, a cosmetologist, honey. We about to darn gonna take over the darn gonna 2-6, baby. And especially with me having some skill in cosmetology. I got 7 years worth of knowledge, honey. Let me show you how to darn gonna do this darn gonna foliage, honey. You don't know how to do it on tight forehead? Let me educate you today. Let me show you this darn gonna special technique, how to darn gonna blend this in. It's so much that we can do with $30,000. It don't make no damn sense. That darn gone money could have went to darn gone putting a black darn gone nail shop there and then creating some competition. But as long as they got a monopoly, honey, they feel compelled not to do shit. They feel compelled not to do damn shit. But that's where we need to be. Like I said, what he did was very admirable. However, we got to think smarter, not darn gone, for the gram. And I hate to say that this was just for the gram because I do feel that, Tyrone actually did it from a sincere place. But it ultimately failed in execution because this was just an easy way for them to put him in jail and now use this against him. This is the easy way for him to serve some potential time for some damn windows that is covered by insurance. Because once again, when you fuck up a darn store, it's really just showing them something for that day. It's like, short of you burning that bitch down, you ain't going to permanently get rid of them because guess what? More likely they had insurance. They eventually had the window guy come out and get those darn things put right back in. No money out of pocket. That's just like us estheticians. If you come to my place and fall on my porch right now and try to sue me for $15,000, bitch, my bank account gonna laugh at you because my bank account's sitting on about 20 bucks. But guess what? If you try to sue me, my darn aesthetic insurance will pick it up, and it ain't no money out of pocket to me. Same thing with a nail shop. So doing something like this, you just stop them from that day, but you ain't shut nothing down. What you could have shut them down with is darn having the same amount of darn determination to fund a black business, a black nail salon. That's how you shut something down. Especially considering the bulk of the clientele is black. If you darn support your fellow black sisters, such as myself, honey, that's how you shut it down. But that's it right there. That's what I wanted to give on in my professional opinion as a marketer, as a licensed esthetician, as somebody who's been in this cosmetology industry in many different ways for 7 years now. That's my darn thoughts on this. What is y'all thoughts? I want y'all to leave y'all comments down below. Once again, like I said, I give respect to darn Tyrone. Better call Tyrone. Hopefully he don't have to be darn calling for collect. I hope, because I think he already out, but hopefully, everything goes well and they just darn chop it up to probation at the most. But you know how they do with black folks. The fact that that brick went in there with that darn arm, they can darn say attempted aggravated assault. They can probably escalate that shit to attempted murder, with a deadly weapon due to the brick in him. And the fact that it was premeditated, it wasn't done in the moment. And because you said this, see, that's all the disadvantages of being recorded. Because now they can push the issue in the court from a district attorney. Now I'm about to go into the law background. From the district attorney's point of view, they can escalate that shit to darn premeditated because you came in and you announced that you was going to do the shit versus just doing it on the spot. Now, if you would have did it on the spot and they cameras would have picked it up, it would have been argued in court that, okay, you snapped, you had a darn moment. You can argue, post-traumatic stress from, seeing all this that's going on with black people in the media. You just had a darn fucked up moment. Like, you could darn play that off in court. But when you darn have somebody recording the shit, and you sound very aware of what you are, you can't get away with the mental excuse at the moment. You can't do the mental no more because now you're speaking coherently. We can see that it's obviously premeditated. You done threw multiple bricks in there with no regard if the brick could hit somebody. So then they can darn escalate that shit to assault. Attempted murder would be a stretch. But, You know, they would do that just for the sake of just because he's black. But why put yourself all through that? Because, like I said, 1/3 of this amount could have darn help the beautician out like myself. And you know, I'm a Capricorn. I'm not going to do a GoFundMe. I'm not going to do it. But it's like for the ones who do have the courage to do a GoFundMe, because at the end of the day, I'm very, you know, self-determined myself. When I get to my level, I want to be, you know, mostly on my own merits. But if somebody wants to help me out down the way, now my videos do have the Cash App. Now y'all can Cash App a girl. Not saying that you should. Now I ain't trying to guilt nobody. But I'm just saying, if it's not even least me, honey, go find a black beautician and darn gonna get and try to darn gonna fund their business. Like all these darn gone women and men all together coming through with these messages, it's all good and all. But once again, this same amount of energy could have gone into darn gone supporting a competition, several competitions. It don't even have to be just one. You could have got several darn gone people up started with this. Hell, $10,000. I showed you how I could have darn gone got two fellow people with me off of 10,000. $30,000. You could have got 3 businesses darn gone in the dough with this. So like, come on now, people. But once again, I ain't going to harp on this all day. Like I said, the beautician in me is so disappointed. Like I said, this was a failed opportunity. This could have been the money towards a good darn on black salon or spa. But instead, it's going towards the bail for somebody who busted some windows that is easily insured that's going to be up in the next couple of days. But what is y'all thoughts on this? Y'all feel free to give y'all thoughts. Like or thumbs down. Y'all know we don't censor anybody over here. And subscribe. And I will see y'all soon with more videos. Mwah. Like I said, I'm still so disappointed in this. But hopefully, you know, he gets off. I pray that, you know, they don't put him in the system. Like I said, this is a good learning lesson. I understand where he was coming from, but yeah, not stuff like this do not need to be praised. I admire him. I commend him, but once again, okay, now I'm gone.